What's really good? LeSBP Trading, Familia, Buenos Dias, Bonjour, Bon dia, y Salbona. Thank you all for tuning in. Gonna try to make this as quick as possible so we can get up out of here. And I got a short story at the end to tell y'all about the day and what happened outside of the market. Because remember, I was supposed to be in transit today. Today is Thursday, the 25th. I was in transit, but I had some downtime in between it. Got to jump into one trade, but couldn't follow up with the next one. Funny enough, either way, it still would have been a break even day. So either way, let's go ahead and jump right into it so I can get to the point and tell y'all about this funny ass story that happened today. All right, don't forget also, this is a demo account. Please, please, please don't forget this is a demo account. I'm not trying to be some demo guru. This is because I want to test my strategy before I start getting back into the live market. I have had several live accounts. If you've caught me before, you know I have a Forex.com account. I have a TradeStation account that I have traded live, and that's the current one that we are trading also on the demo. I've had back in the day, FTMO, all this other stuff. Like I have traded live before. It's just because I feel like my strategy needs some revamping. But either way, if you know, you know. If you don't, then cool. If you're just catching in, appreciate y'all. All right, jump right into it. We're gonna do some Hebrew today. Yeah, y'all about to see your boy fail, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna try our best. Ma.
Ma,
Okay. B.
b,
Okay. G.
g,
I was about to say g. La la la.
l,
La. La. It sounds like they're like, oh, never mind.
g,
G. G.
g,
G. G. Well, that's the only one that's extra. G.
gi,
G. Oh, I got that right. Shit, I didn't even think. I literally didn't even think about it. G. Okay.
ma,
Ma. The pronunciation is what shocked me because I have not practiced Hebrew at all. Ma. Ma. So a T under what looks to be a cursive N is ma.
ma,
Ma. Okay. All right, this will be the last one we do. So this is ma.
ma,
This is ga. I'm
ga,
guessing. Yep. Because that's gi.
gi,
And that's me. I guess. It
l,
didn't say it. All right, cool. That'll be the only one we do for right now. Looking at the news today, we had advanced GDP quarter to quarter and unemployment claims. Today is Thursday. And then yesterday, we have flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI. I believe I did the Monday and Tuesday video already. Today is the Wednesday and Thursday video. And then on Friday, hopefully we'll have some good news after core PC price index. And then we'll go over the whole week. If I remember correctly, we already did Monday and Tuesday. If not, then I guess we'll just do it during the weekly recap on Friday. Today we didn't have, we only had one trade. We were supposed to have two. Remember, this is a demo account, demo account. I am currently testing my strategy in the live market, just trying to see if it works out, if it doesn't, because I have made some tweaks. But either way, we only had the one trade here. Like I said, we're supposed to have two. But earlier in the week, I think we had a trade as well on the 22nd, which was what, Monday? Yeah. So either way, we didn't have any trades yesterday, which was the 24th, is what I was really trying to get at. All right. So jumping into the chart really quickly. Yesterday was Wednesday, the 24th. We had a big zero trade on that day. As you can see, the market was giving us the market was coming down pretty heavily. So this is Tuesday where we had a 0 day as well. Nice little gap in the market right here. And then it just gapped and kept pushing. Literally just kept pushing. 9 o'clock showed up, 9:30 showed up, excuse me. Boom, kept pushing. All day, as a matter of fact, just kept pushing. We did have a bit of consolidation throughout the night, moving into London session. Excuse me, moving into London session on this Thursday. But by time London session kicked in, it moved, went down, came back up. Basically had a small range of consolidation, and then boom, at this 8:30 news, it pushed up, as you can see, pushed up, but then it came back down immediately, really hard. And then around like 10 o'clock, for some odd reason, around like 10 o'clock, you got this nice big push up. There was no other news other than the advanced GDP quarter over quarter and the unemployment claims, as far as I know. Could be totally wrong, but no, had that nice little push, and then boom, push right back up. As you can see, I'm going to get to it. Yes, I know you all can see it. As you can see, our trade confluences got us in again at the end of the trend. Thankfully, this is the one that we took today, by the way. Thankfully, it went up just enough to allow me to move my stop loss to break even. As you can see, it was a little bit under the break even. We lost 80 cents on that trade, but it's okay. But either way, went up. Boom. By this point, I saw it one last time before I had to basically continue driving. That's what I was doing. I was driving today. And then after that, it came back down and knocked me out while I wasn't paying attention to it anymore. I saw this trade probably about when it was like right on this candle, but of course I was driving, so I couldn't really take the trade, and I don't like to drive and do other things. I don't even look at my music when I'm driving, so I literally will play a playlist before I start driving, and I have varying playlists from 4 to 6 hours long, and I'll literally just let that play. And yeah, that's really about it. So that's what's going to make this story funny today as well, because I got a story at the end of this. But like I said, that ended up as a break-even trade, and then as you can see, this secondary trade even ended up as a break-even trade, which kind of sucked because it threw the confluence out for a sell, which would have been really good. It would have come down and then come back up, took us out of break even, and then as you can see, dove. I'm like, really, you little shiesty bitch. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess, in this sense. And today would have been a big fat zero either way, which would have been fine with me. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In my head, I'd much rather take a 0 day than a negative. Not gonna lie. Much rather take a 0 day than a negative. And yes, I know that we had like a -1 tick, which ended out, in an 80 cents negative. That's not what I mean. I mean like having a literal losing day. To me, I still consider that as break even, seeing that our stop loss was at probably 24 ticks, which is like what, $31.25, and then our TP was at 120 ticks, which I think is like $150. So losing 81 cents, I feel like it's still a break even. But on to the funny story today. So I was taking my son back home, and it's hilarious. I was taking my son back home. We're on our way. We get there. I'm like, all right, cool. We went through rain and all this other shit. And I'm like, all right, we're going to take it easy. We're going to get back to the house. Usually it's a lot quicker coming back than it is going. I'm in Georgia. He's in Tennessee. It's hella far. It's not hella far. It's like 7 hours, depending on, what time of day. So we got up, drove at like 2 o'clock this morning. I made it there on time. I was trying to get there by 8 o'clock. Boom. I was good. On the way back, I took a stop that I wouldn't usually take at Love's gas station, but I was like, you know what? I'm pretty much almost halfway there. Let me stretch my legs and stuff like that. Now, don't know why there were so many cops out there, because it was already raining anyways in certain spots. Like you had certain just heavy rain areas. Like you run into it just, and then it would be stop, and it will stop, excuse me, and then it was just, and then it will stop again, or be really light. You know what I mean? But either way, going down going down the highway, right? And I'm in the left lane. All right. I saw the cops already. I wasn't even speeding or anything, so I didn't really give a shit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go straight past this dude and see what's up. He comes out and I'm like, I was like, I wasn't speeding. I'm not swerving. I'm not doing anything crazy. I've been in the left lane, so I'm not going around anybody. They didn't catch me doing anything stupid. I didn't flick nobody off. I was like, all right, maybe he's not stopping me. Maybe he's just coming out to move spots. He gets up close and then he backs off. And I'm like, oh, he's running my plates. I know he's running my plates. But then he gets into, I'm in the far left lane, the fast lane. He decides to get out of the fast lane into the middle lane. And then he does that for like 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's not stopping me. Gets back into the fast lane. I'm still going slow, of course, because he's behind me now. If I wasn't going slow before, I'm definitely going slow now. But still, I was already, like I said, I was driving the speed limit, still going slow. He gets behind me and stops me. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta pull over. Pull over 3 lanes. Got over there. He walks to the car. He's like, hey man, how you doing? I was like, I'm good. How are you? What's going on? He's like, well, I'm not. Do you know why I'm stopping? I was like, nobody knows why anybody gets stopped. I don't know why cops ask that, but I was like, no. He's like, well, you were driving in the left lane, and I'm like, yeah. So he said, well, you were driving in the left lane over a mile, and that's not allowed. And I'm like, since when? I was like, when did that happen? He was like, well, I was at the time. I think I was in Alabama. I was in Alabama, and I'm like, okay. So he's like, yeah. After well, he said, I don't know if he said it was a law or an initiative or some bullshit, but because he kind of lost me for a second, I was like, driving in the left lane. What the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, yes, I was. I know I was driving in the left lane, and it kind of whatever he said initially like skipped over my head because that was just in my thoughts. I was just like, you got me for driving while black, didn't you? But he said, yeah. I heard the reasoning for it behind it though. He was like, if you're in the left lane, you can only drive up to a mile in that left lane, and you have to either be passing somebody or it's something dealing with an emergency vehicle of some sort, blah blah blah, or like there's like an accident or some shit. I was like, okay. I was like, I've never heard that in my life. If anybody's ever heard of that, please let me know. Never heard of that in my life. Like, you can't drive in the left lane. Now I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, in Texas they have like these signs sometimes, depending on area that you're in, stuff like that." She was like, "Were there any signs?" I was like, "No." I pay heavy attention to the road. I pay heavy attention to the construction because I don't want to be caught up in that shit, and I try to go around it in most cases. I don't want to be caught up in those speed traps or nothing like that. So I pay heavy attention to my maps when I got them on and everything. I pay heavy attention to weather advisories, speed advisories, just saying like, okay, if you're planning to go to this highway, they're only traveling this many miles per hour. I pay heavy attention to that because I'm not usually on the road. I don't drive. I don't go anywhere. Like I literally work from home. I do this and then play video games. That's it. So when I'm on the road, I pay attention. I don't do no phones, no nothing. Like literally, that's literally why I had to take this trade while I was sitting still at Love's. But I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now he makes me get out of the car. He's like, hey, if you want to come back with me, I'm not going to give you an actual ticket. It's going to be a warning. Because I'm guessing you, of course, didn't know. You don't look like you're from the state. And I'm just like, who the fuck in this state knows that? Like, but I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, come on out, get out of the car. You'll stand on the outside or the passenger side of the vehicle. Now his partner pulls up, and I'm like, okay, now we got two cars. And then I hear a dog barking. I'm like, okay, now we got a dog as well. We got a K9. All right, K9 unit pulling up. What's going on? Um, and he's like, oh, hey man, how you doing today? And I'm like, I'm good. I guess I'm good. What's up? He's like, oh yeah. Where are you coming from? And I'm like, let me just go ahead and answer this shit because I believe me, I'm not up for being antagonized if I don't need to be. But at the same time, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just ready to get home. I've been driving for 6 hours, almost 7 hours straight there, and then it's another 6.5 to 7 hours back. Like basically anywhere between 13 to 14 hours just driving straight. I was like, just came back from around the Memphis area. Um, and I was passing through Mississippi through here, and then I'm going back home to Georgia. He was like, "Oh, you live in Georgia?" I was like, "Yeah." He comes back and asks me the same damn question again, not even 2 minutes later. And his partner had already asked me that question twice, and I'm like, "What are y'all trying to get at? Like, if y'all want to search the car, y'all can do whatever, as long as y'all not detaining me and telling me I got this, I got that. Like I don't have nothing. Y'all can look in the car. I'll look in the car with y'all. I'll open some shit, like all that stuff. And I know probably people are probably gonna say, "Oh, that's not smart." They could plant something, but it's like to me, it's just like, dude, I'm not trying to hide shit. Like I have nothing. I dropped my son off, and I'm trying to get my ass back home. That's all I want to do. I already had a fucking. Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned this, but I had a rock hit my car window, the front window. So basically, luckily it didn't crack. Just dented really hard, and then I had a bolt fly off from somebody's construction thing hit the car as well. I'm like, dude, I just need to get home. Like that's all I want to do. It's raining like hell, and so anyway, moving forward, I was just like, okay, so do you need me to do anything, whatever? Or you need me to grab anything? He's like, no, no, you're good. I'm just give you this. It's just a warning. Don't worry. You don't have to show up to court or anything. I was like, well, I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, so I wouldn't think I would have to show up to court or anything like that. But let me see if I can show y'all. See if I can show y'all the ticket. Literally, the offense. Traveling in left lane. Traveling in left lane. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Ever. Ever. My man's put his name on here. He did not sign, and he did not put his badge number on here. And this is from the Jefferson's County Sheriff Office. Jefferson's County Sheriff Office. And as you can see, this is a warning from Jefferson County Sheriff Office. Drive responsibly because your safety is top priority. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? I've never heard anything like that in my life. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it probably does exist in some states. Maybe it did exist in Alabama as well. But at least put it somewhere. Like, I ain't see shit. I saw construction signs, plenty of those. But I didn't see a damn thing about not being able to drive in the left lane for more than a mile. Either way, I appreciate y'all. That was a funny story for today. I don't feel. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is a black thing. I'm a profile and stuff like that. I was joking, but it's just like, if that is a rule, put it somewhere, man. Like, put it somewhere everybody can see. That's silly to me. I pay attention. I look, all that great stuff. But either way, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Hopefully y'all have a good day, good week, all that great stuff. It is Thursday, so I will see you all in tomorrow's weekly recap on Friday. Like I said, hopefully we can get. Matter of fact, I might live stream tomorrow. I might just live stream because it's some fact that it is core PCE. I'm hoping we get something. We had nothing. We had one loss on Monday. We had nothing for the rest of the week. We literally had zeros all rest of the week. So either way, this has been long enough. I'll see y'all later. Appreciate it. Thanks. Peace.